I was thinking the other day that as humans, we have so many different personas. We have different personalities that we have based on where we're at, based on who we are, where we go to, where we come from. And I've had a lot of adventures. And so I want to start sharing some videos, telling more stories about myself so that you can know where I come from, know more about me, and if you end up coming in to see me at some point, have a better idea of who I am and a connection there so that you can understand more about who I am. And so, what I thought would be fun is I want to do a story for different nicknames I've had in my life. And so, I'm going to do a story for each of the nicknames. Some of these are going to be embarrassing, but that'll be fun for you. So, it's all good. So, as when I was a kid, I was known as Mikey. I know, I still hate being called Mikey, and some people still call me Mikey, and I was not a fan. I don't know if you remember the commercial, Mikey Likes It. So I was a fat kid, and when you're a fat kid and you get nicknamed Mikey, and that commercial's on, it's because he'll eat anything, he likes it. So that was what I always thought when I heard that nickname. But that was my nickname as a kid, and it really did match my persona. I always wanted to be in front of a camera. I always wanted to be the center of attention. I did love food. I still love food. I've learned to control it over the years. As a kid, I didn't. But, those are some of the ideas of like who I was as a kid. I was an only child, raised. My dad was around, by the way. My dad was a truck driver, though. I didn't see him as often because he only came in every one weekend out of every 2 weeks. And so to everybody, I was known as Mikey. And at Christmas, I was known as Mikey. And I always had to jump out in front of the camera. You could still laugh when you see the old videos of like anytime there was a camera rolling, here I go. I was like, jump out in front of it. My dad thought it was hilarious because he's a huge introvert. And he doesn't like being in front of the camera at all. He always said, I never met a stranger. So that was always the saying for Mikey. And so that's a little bit about me from when I was a kid. And, even when I played baseball and I played all these sports, that's who I was. And like I said in the beginning of the video, it's really funny how you identify, and your personality is almost different based on what you're called. Names are really important. And so when I was Mikey, I presented as Mikey. I don't know if that was part of my personality imprinting on the name or the name imprinting on my personality. That's beyond my pay grade. But I was known as Mikey. And my best friend growing up called me Cools, and I have no idea why I was known as that. But I thought it was awesome because that meant I must be cool. But I think that the reason I bring that up is that's when I first realized that I wanted to be around other people for what I do. I want to be able to talk to other people. I want to be able to connect with other people. I like being around people. And that point in my life really showed me that I could be around people. I could make an influence. I could be influential in how I help people, or at least that people would see me, because you can't make a difference in someone's life if they don't see you, if they don't know who you are. Like, you're never going to make a difference. And so I didn't mean this to be an inspirational video, but it should be an inspirational video because, who are you? You are somebody special. You have special gifts. You have special things that make you important. And I would say don't hide those things. So that is what I learned from that point in my life, is to get out and be yourself, be around other people that you can help. Because whatever your job is, whatever you do, even if you don't have a job, you can help people. If you're a grandparent, you have one of the best jobs in the world. If you're working hard to, support your children, if you are a plumber, if you're an accountant, these are all special gifts that nobody can see unless you get known. So that would be my first stories from my childhood. And we'll talk about my next stories in the next one. And you can get to know me a little bit more.